The man only checked the joker in his hand for a split second, then switched it out in just 0.01 seconds. The move was so fast that no one could even see him cheating. Not long before that, Sakamoto and the others went to the casino with James. The rule was simple. Whoever won more chips within 2 hours would be the winner. John did not have much experience with gambling. At one point, he was so nervous that he almost exposed his hand. But when the other side tried to bluff, he used mind reading to see right through what they were thinking. He held his nerve and called without hesitation. When the cards were finally revealed, he won every chip on the table. Meanwhile, Sakamoto used the exact same strategy and went all in too. He left himself with only one chip. What he did not know, the dealer was also one of James's men. And while the roulette wheel looked random, there was actually a magnet hidden underneath it. Controlling whether he won or lost was ridiculously easy, but Sakamoto was never going to just sit there and take it. He picked the perfect moment and flicked out a chip. By hitting the wheel, he changed where it would stop and made the ball land exactly on the number he had bet on. So the two of them kept cheating back and forth, and Sakamoto barely managed to win the same amount of chips as James. With both sides now tied, one of the underlings suggested they should just settle it with guns, but James insisted on winning the young lady back with brains, not bullets. Back when he had just joined the mafia as a kid, he was always bullied because he was too smart. At the most critical moments, the young lady would step in and help him, and she truly appreciated his talent. She told him that his brains would absolutely take him far someday. From that moment on, to repay the Liu family for what they had done for him, James made up his mind to clear every obstacle out of the young lady's path in his own way. So after both sides talked it over, they decided to settle the final outcome with a game of Old Maid. The players were Sakamoto and his two teammates, plus James and one of his men. Each person held 5 cards, and took turns drawing from one another. Any matching pairs could be discarded. Whoever ended up with the joker in the end would lose. For John, this should have been an easy win. All he had to do was read minds, and figure out who had the joker. But what he did not realize was that one person did not even need mind reading. The young lady was so obviously nervous that she had basically exposed the joker herself. Even though James was on the opposite side, he still chose to take the pressure off her. He directly pulled the joker from her hand. The second James got the joker, John wanted to test him a little, but James already knew that John could read minds, so he instantly filled his head with endless formulas. John's brain overloaded on the spot, and he passed out cold. Just like James expected, John's mind reading could only pick up the very surface level of someone's thoughts. With John out of the game, the young lady started to panic a little, but what she did not realize was that they still had Sakamoto. Even though nobody else noticed anything, James seemed to sense something. He warned Sakamoto that if he kept trying little tricks, he would be disqualified. After some time passed, only 2 players were left, and if James avoided the joker and drew the ace of spades instead, he could make a pair and discard the rest of his hand. Even though Sakamoto tried to hide it, his eyes still gave away which card was the joker. It looked like this was about to be game over, but unexpectedly, Sakamoto clamped down on the cards and refused to let James draw one, as James used all his strength and finally managed to switch the card.